All right, let's look at the old bank account. 20 grand, not doing too bad. But we're going to still stick with the quick job market instead of taking a loan and getting a truck. So we are currently in Oakland. And so we're going to look for the jobs there. Remember, we are looking for south. So, of course, the big jobs, that there seems to be a lot of travel between Oakland and Reading. Those must be two fairly big hubs. Reading's on I-5, and there's another major freeway that cuts through there in real life as well. Although, well, I think I can see it here on the game. I can't remember which one that is. So as far as shipping goes, a lot of stuff goes through that region. They don't really produce a lot on their own anymore. And then, of course, Oakland, a lot of shipping through there. But we're going to skip these first first four jobs going to Reading. Ukiah, wrong direction. Nope. Truckee, wrong direction. Ukiah, wrong direction. Bakersfield, right direction. Oh gosh, look at how far that is, but how little that pays. 1,339 for scrap metals, taking it to rail export. All right, well, okay, we'll go ahead and take the job. We don't have to be happy about it, but we will take the job. Is Wyoming in the game? Did I see a
Let's
Wyoming
do
DLC?
this.
All right, let's start up. Oh, now look at the gauges on this. These are nice big gauges. I can actually read these. That's a nice change. There's our average mileage, speedometer, distance to empty. All right, well, let's look at our distance to empty. That's what we'll leave. Okay. So, get our lights on. Oh, this is a quiet car. I didn't even hear that start up. Is this thing electric? It's quiet. Purrs like a kitten. Looks like they want us to leave off to our right. So we're probably going to have to loop around these shipping containers. It's going to try to get a better view, enjoy the starting scenery, but it is pretty hemmed in here. That's okay. Let's just get going. Oh boy. What are they going to want us to do? Are we flipping around through the... No, they can't be doing that. Are we going up? Okay. Oh, there it is. We're going to go up and turn around that. Okay. Don't think I've ever exited out through this particular port before. That looks like our spot. Stop. Carry on. Not an official stop sign, but it did say stop there, and you never know how finicky the game's going to be. We're going to want to try to keep our fines minimum, because they're not paying that much for this job. Okay, it'd be nice if they had a car simulator mode where you could just unlock and drive around one of those regular cars. What do y'all think? Huh? Huh? I think it'd be pretty cool. Okay, we get gas there, but that... I don't know about that. Can we... How long is our trailer? Ah, screw it. We're just going to Bakersfield. I don't think we're going to need that much gas. Alright, we'll just hit the open road. Hopefully no detours this time.
Get ready to turn right.
Got 200 miles to go. But lots of traffic.
Right.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take it. Oh, oh, oh. Turn successfully navigated. Nobody slammed into us. All right, all right, all right. at that lovely view. What do we got? 7:48 a.m. Yeah, we're just doing a good old turn and burn here. What are you doing? Stop for sleep.
Go straight on.
The old cruise control going. Got some service over here and a sleep spot, but nah, we don't need. Oh, now we got 55. Yeah, see, if that was a coffee booth, we'd I wonder how you pull a truck up like this for coffee. Gas off on the side. That looks like a lot of trouble to get through. Well, okay, not that bad, honestly, if we're honest about it, folks. But I still think we got half a tank. And usually for these contract jobs, they'll start you off with enough gas to get you where you're going for short hauls. If it's a long haul, that might be different. But get ourselves up to cruising speed. See if we got a nice big country back roads route, or if they're going to have us just cutting our way in and out of things. Oof, and then we got a slow driver in front of us. It's a double yellow. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, come on. Oh, don't do this to us. It's 55. And it's Tuesday at noon now. It's not even morning anymore. Sir? Sir. Oh, well, where's our horn? Oh, my Lanta. Should we do it, folks? Should we just risk the unsanctioned passing? And we're passing. In a big rig. On a double yellow. Oh, oops. Quasi-legal now. Can't believe that. Driving 35 on a road like this. A man named Chris. What's going on? Hello. Welcome. Doing a little lazy Saturday driving. Heading down California. We're going to head on south and then see about turn around and heading on north. Just driving the back roads. How's your day going?
Get ready to turn right.
All right. Come up here. It's going. Had to work today, but that's about it.
Turn right.
Well, hopefully work went well. Is it evening there for you, or is it just early afternoon? Or I guess it could be morning. Depends on the job. Onto the freeway. That should make things smoother for us. It's about 8 at night right now. Okay, okay. Well, that's gonna put you. Well, let's look at that. So you're not East Coast. Well, I guess no. You gotta be Central. Central time, I'm guessing. Got the speed yet? We're getting close. Ugh. Borderline East Coast. Yeah, just over the line into the not quite the Eastern time zone. Oh, it's daylight savings. I just remember tomorrow's daylight savings, everyone. We are heading our way in spring forward. Upside, the days last longer. Downside, 1 hour less sleep. And I myself work in the morning, and I have a 2-year-old. He's not going to understand this less sleep thing. Tomorrow he gets to sleep in, but Monday's not going to be fun. No. Yep. Downside, screw your sleep schedule. Exactly. I propose we go to daylight savings and we leave it. Like, is daylight savings all that bad? So we have daylight savings during the summer to make the days longer, and then in winter we go back the other way. But it feels like winter doesn't really benefit. I guess the only theory I can think is by turning things back in the winter, I suppose that it's the early part of the day gets more sunlight, but it doesn't help the late part of the day. Upside, you'll get more hours at work for the way that it works with the daylight change for you. Okay, okay. Hours are nice. Money's good. Sleep's good too, though. So, I guess it depends how much you like your job. I hate wintertime. Screw the rain and screw the snow. Well, I live up here in the Pacific Northwest, and I moved from a sunnier region here for the rain. But the kind of rain we have up here is gentle, chill. It's like a chill hop, relaxing rain. But I'm not a fan of the snow. And I'm not a fan of cold weather either, really. You work construction, rain and snow is no good for you. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. And I can't even imagine, because depending on where you are on the East Coast, winter can be terrible. Doing construction and that kind of work. I mean, one, it could screw up days where you can't work at all. And then two, the days that you can, I'm sure it makes them miserable.
Go straight on.
It's not the snow that's bad, it's the rain that puts you out of work. It's raining right now. Yeah, depending on what you do, I mean, it can be really hard to do a lot of construction in the rain, I can imagine. Snow can't be nearly as bad. I mean, colder, sure, but not quite as frustrating. I had a roommate years ago who worked in construction. He did electrical work. He was an electrician in construction. And, yeah, the rainy season, way harder, way less work compared to the summertime. Excavation, good quality and dry dirt. Yeah, okay. Yeah, for you, 100% reliant on that. I mean, I'm sure that there, this time of year with stuff like that, it could be dry enough, and then all of a sudden rain comes in, and then there goes a day of work. No, thank you. Is excavation work? Is that union work? Is there a union or a guild for that sort of thing, or is it, that a less organized trade? You're not union. Does it matter of working your way up to it, or is that just not really a thing in excavation? As I know from my construction worker roommate of the past, the electricians, they have quite the union, which was good for helping him with work and stuff. I mean, sure, they took their dues, but a lot of union companies, but the company you work for is not union. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I can't say much. I'm an analyst by trade, and that is very much not union work. Wouldn't really make sense, really, even. And in the old days, when I worked more physical jobs, it wasn't construction. I worked restaurant work, which is definitely not union. I think the only union I was ever in was, oddly enough, well, no, two. I was in a banker's union, and I guess I was in a grocer's union when I was really young. But all they really did was take my money. Not worried about it. Work for a smaller company that treats us very well and knows us by name. And, hey, if you've got a good company, that can make a difference, especially if there is enough work. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the company I work for is not small, but I don't feel like I need a union to protect me, which is good. But I know that's not true in all industries. Hey, look, we have somebody else in the chat. Oh, it's my friend Whispering. Hello, Whispering. If you're peeking in, we're driving down the roads of California, just on the open road.
Go straight on.
We're heading our way as far south as we can get. Oh, Timor Jack. Hello, Timor Jack. Let's see, what do we got here? Have no problems trying to get foremans, bosses, and the owners on the phone when needed. They're always willing to help their employees if they're in need. See, that is a great, that's great business. That's a great company. When you've got, bosses like that. Whispering, you hate the roads of California. Well, the freeways are, I mean, I guess if it's all the dry, desolate waste. I grew up in California, which is why I started here for the game. Oh, exit right. We almost drove past our exit, folks. But once I hit all the way in the south, I'm going to drive up the coastline and get into Oregon and Washington, which is going to be way more my jam. I still look forward to if they ever get the East Coast into the game. They're working their way east. I think the furthest east, though, they have is Montana, maybe Texas, which is not that east. Let's see here. Timor, you're going to be lurking because you're also playing a game at the same time. Wild Hearts. Haven't played Wild Hearts yet. I'll have to check that out. Whispering, you don't mind California. You were born there, but you hate driving that terrible stretch. This part of so the good part of I-5 is in the North State, closer to Oregon. It's nice up there. And man named Chris, you grew up in California. You hate that state. I don't necessarily hate it, but the part of California I grew up in, there was no future in, no jobs, no industry. So I moved. I'm in Washington State now, and it's so much lovelier up here. It's green. There's good industries. I like it a lot more. If you're in the right part of California, it can be pretty, but so much of it is dry and desolate. Unless you have money and are in the right place, I don't know. Some people love it, but I'm glad not to be there. Timor says, get a hamburger at Ray's. Yeah. I think I just passed a Ray's. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at this. It's so much funny how much of the state looks like this. Like, this stretch of road here looks just like where I grew up. And we are way down in Southern California. It is so funny how distinctive it is. Yeah, they will get to the East Coast in about 15 years from now at this rate. That is so true. It's not the scene you hated. It's a lot of other stuff. Not going to get to it. Yep, nope, that's fine. You know, there's a lot of reasons to choose different places to live, and it's always nice though when you have the opportunity that if a place doesn't suit you, if you had the chance to escape and get away and get work and somewhere else that's happier, I'm all for it. I mean, I know there's lots of little things that can make an area good or bad for someone.
Get ready to turn right.
Ooh, looks like we're about to drop off here, folks. Sudden speed limit change. Oops, hit those brakes a little too hard.
Turn right.
The greater Bakersfield area. I've been there once or twice when I was young. I think one of my childhood friends that I grew up next door to had moved there as a kiddo. But other than that, yeah.
Turn left.
I'm from Reading, which, it's up in the north part of the state.
Get ready to turn right.
Not a lot to say about Reading. It's hot.
Turn right.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. I have friends that disagree with me on that, but you know what? If they want to still live there, that's their problem.
You have arrived at your
just if you have to go to Reading, try not to go in the summer.
Guidance
That's
is
my
now
advice.
finished.
All right, let's deliver this. Let's see, where do they want it? No. Oh, gosh. Yeah, let's still play it safe. I don't want to spend all day worming my way into position for that other one. All right. Yep. Here we go. Hello, sir. How are you? Yep, don't mind me. Just delivering. I actually don't even know what's in this truck. I think it's gravel, to be honest. Yeah, we are not. We're going to have to, pull forward and then back into it. And then hope that that works. Because it's got to straighten out for us to be able to do that. Alright, are we straight enough? Just going to go straight. Just correct a little bit. Oh, corrected the wrong way. Alright. You know, I am a reluctant enough parker in real life. I can't even really think about. I think if I go. No, not that way. This way. This way. Oh, why are you? Oh, no. You know what? You know what, folks? We're gonna take the easy part. We're gonna skip. Whispering, I'm so impressed by all the semi-drivers who park. No, for reals. Can't back a trailer. You know, I'm a little out of practice on this. I've actually just started this game back up, And so I am more than a little out of practice. A couple of years ago, I could, but it's been a while since I played the game. And in real life, I don't normally have an excuse to have a trailer to back. Yeah, yeah. Got a big old Jeep that could haul a trailer, but I don't have one. Maybe one of these days. All right, where were we at? So we're not in Oakland. We're not in Oakland. If I remember right, we're in Bakersfield. And the rules we're playing by right now is we've got to drive from city to city. Okay, let's see. Barstow, LA, Carlsbad, San Diego, El Centro. We're trying to get as south as we can get. No, we're not going to Vegas. That would be fun. We're not here to have fun. We're here to work. Barstow. Well, that heads us LA. Okay. We got any Carlsbad or no? All right. Well, we're taking to LA. What are we going to take here? We are delivering concrete tubes. Oh, that sounds terrible. 2,605. So you drive. So okay. So you do it all the time. You've got a CDL. All right. It's funny to me how many people either play this game or watch people play this game who actually have a CDL license. I guess a CDL license is redundant, but that's funny. All right, we've got a big old stack of concrete here.
Roll.
Let's fire up. Oh, it's already running. Here are our lights on. Okay. Where are we? It's about 3 p.m. We got a couple hours, so we'll have this delivered before dark, folks. Delivered before dark. Especially, you like to watch people try to drive this game. Think it's entertaining when they can't. Especially watching people struggling to back over the beat. Oh yeah, no, I will 100% admit there's no way that I should have had that much trouble with backing into that spot. Once I get back up to practice. Once upon a time, I used to play this in VR. But my eyeballs, this game does not run as smooth as I would like in VR. The resolution's not quite great enough. Maybe if they go to a next generation engine. But that's real fun driving that way. But, yeah. It was one of those things. It's funny how much I like driving trucks. You're right, Timor. VR is perfect for driving. And the game, with enough work, will run in VR. Yeah, I shouldn't have. Yeah, you're right. If I pulled
Get ready to turn left.
Activated my wipers. If I pulled up correctly, could have just straight pulled in. Yeah. That's okay. We'll get some practice in. We'll see how much I improve. Give me some time. Dun, dun, dun. All right, back on the open road, folks. Heading south. Heading LA this time. Gonna see if we can get all the way down to San Diego or down about the parts. Yeah, I feel like this engine's starting to show its age a little bit. The resolution's not quite as sharp as I would like. Some of the distance rendering. I mean, it looks pretty good. It's better than I can do. What am I going to say? But I would love to see them take the existing worlds and move them into a newer engine. See what they can do with that. Let's see, what do we got here? Backing and parking is all about your initial setup, and the longer the trailer and shorter the tractor, the easier. Really? Oh, I would have thought a shorter trailer would be easier, but, the physics of that, I guess that actually makes sense. All right. Okay, I have a minor gripe about the in-game GPS system. I mean, one, it's fantastic that they have one, because in other words, how the heck would you find your way to anywhere? But it would be nice if they modernized it just a wee bit, because it doesn't tell you whether you're you're gonna, like, until you get to it, it doesn't tell you, hey, this many miles to your next turn, and which way you're gonna turn. It's just always funny to me where it's like, we'll tell you when you get there. But, you know, at least they have a voice nav nowadays. Shorter trailer is less forgiving. You have less time to cut the wheel and correct. Okay. Same with a longer tractor. Huh. Would not have guessed. More you know. More you know. That's cool. I can't imagine a load of concrete like this is the most fun thing to haul around. It's all chained down, so ideally it's not moving around that much, but I mean, it's got to weigh just a ton. And it can't be the most stable load. I mean, compared to like a traditional trailer. Although I guess your visibility would be a lot better with it. Because it probably wouldn't block as much of your view. Okay, the mounts in this game do leave something to be desired. Plenty stable with dunnage and chains. Alright, alright. Because California's mountains are definitely better than this. This is just, it's not impressive enough, guys. I mean, I know we're in this other part of the state, but come on. Dunnage is the wood. Alright. Logs. Truck lane. Am I supposed to be in the truck lane? We'll get the truck lane. We'll pretend that's the log. Okay, so if I was trucking in real life and it's 3 p.m., you know, I'm thinking about dinner for when I get there, because we got, what, an hour and a half. So it's going to be 4:30, almost 5 by the time we get to our destination. Probably be hungry after so long on the road. I can almost see like a BLT, but that might not be quite enough. Maybe a good burger. You know, some nice trucker fare. Yeah, they nailed the colors of California perfectly, didn't they? It's terrible. So terrible. This is why this state's on fire all the time. Look how brown it is. Look at how brown.
Keep left.
Later, guys. Alright. 47 miles to go. Plenty of miles in the tank. Alright, we'll be fine. Oh, look at that. Look at that classic jalopy that just drove by us. Nice. Left again. Okay. Now we got some green.
Keep left.
Well, some of that maintenance stuff is part of the problem. That's for sure. But also, you know, the state's real prone to drought and has been under droughts on and off for years. That's just part of California. So you add those things together, combined with difficulties with maintenance and some aging power grid. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not surprised that they have a lot of obstacles to doing that kind of stuff. But even with that, I mean, that's going to make it worse.
Keep left.
But I know that even stuff like the controlled burns can sometimes go awry. Up in the North State, we had a little town called Nelson. Nelson? I think it was Nelson that they burned down one year. Controlled burn got out of hand and took it down. Yeah. But it's just so dry, especially in the North State. Summer's up to 100, 120 degrees, just no humidity. Throw in that, and if you have some issues with being able to do maintenance to keep stuff safe around the power lines and stuff like that, oh yeah, that's just a recipe for disaster. All right. Looks like we got our exit coming up here, folks.
Keep right.
See if we can find ourselves a job to get ourselves a little bit further south. We're getting there. We're
Exit
getting
right.
there. Okay.
Turn left.
Probably should turn a little wider there. Oh boy. Okay. Los Angeles discovered. We did it, folks. We discovered LA. Which, oh, see, hey, there's a Ray's Hamburgers. Timur was saying we should have some. All right, you know what? That's official. We'll drop off at Ray's for lunch after we do the delivery. Yeah, dozing out stuff for using dozers definitely make a big difference. I know here in Washington, you can see some areas where they've definitely done that kind of work, where they've got fire control lines that they keep
Get ready to turn left.
cut through the back country and stuff like that to help keep the risk lower. Not that we have as big of problems, although we do see more fires than we used to up there these days.
Turn
Up here.
left.
Last few years. Alright.
Finally, we are here.
Finally, we are here. And let's see if I'm going to park any better this time. We're going to take any odds on that? Any bets? I'm willing to bet. Oh, look at that. That's right there. Where do they need it? Gonna go and loop it around to get in there. Nope. I'm going to do it right there. I bet you I'm going to mess it up too. Oh, why are we going backwards? Just going to crank ourselves over. We'll line her up. I'm just going to cheat and use the camera. Let's edge it on up. Bob's your uncle. Ha! Easy parking job. Alright, did we get a level this time? Nope, not that many points for that one. Okay.